Hello, and welcome to the Working Hour. I'm Mike.
I'm Shane, and thank you for tuning in to WHMS Radio. On this week's episode, we are going to be reviewing
Get Your Wings by Aerosmith, 1974 album, released specifically on March 15th, which I think is Beware the Ides of March, if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong.
something like that.
Close enough. There was 3 singles released from the album. None of them reached the singles charts. The singles include Same Old Song and Dance, Train Kept A-Rollin', and SOS.
Yeah, it's March 15th.
I thought so.
Nice.
We got a couple members of Aerosmith here. Steven Tyler, very popular. He was on lead vocals, acoustic guitar. He played acoustic guitar on Seasons of Wither specifically. He also plays
Nice.
piano, harmonica, and did a little bit of percussion. I'm assuming like tambourine or like maybe he played the drums. I don't know.
He's going to
But
get
I
out
know
of
he
that chair,
plays
boy.
piano.
Yeah.
And then you got Joe Perry on rhythm guitar, 12-string guitar, acoustic guitar, slide guitar, backing vocals, lead guitar on Woman of the World and Pandora's Box. We got Brad Whitford. He's on rhythm guitar, lead guitar, and Tom Hamilton, bass guitar. And then we got Joey Kramer, drums, percussion, and backing vocals.
Fuck yeah. Bradley Whitford is an actor. Similar name. Anyway,
Close enough. Do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay. All right. Well, then we will move right on to track number 1.
Let's get right into it.
Same Old Song and Dance, coming in at 3 minutes, 54 seconds. I thought this was a good way to get the ball rolling. Like, I even listened to the album on my drive over here. Obviously, I didn't get that far in the album. But it's like a simple guitar riff that kind of just, like, starts kind of piquing my interest. It's got a little bit of percussion, and Steven Tyler comes in screaming, like, around the 15-second mark. And the song is, like, totally picked up speed by then. It's a whole like 30 seconds before we get actual vocals.
Mhm.
But I like the lyric line, get yourself a cooler, lay yourself low, coincidental murder with nothing to show. It's a nice track. I can see why it was a single. It's definitely pretty popular. I think it comes out with like good energy for a starter track.
Sure.
It is probably one of, I wouldn't say like favorites, but it's definitely up there as far as like tracks on this. I gave it a pretty decent rating. There's actually a nice saxophone solo too by Stan Bronstein. He did a baritone saxophone. It's right around the 2.5 minute mark.
Sure.
And it kind of like, it's a handoff between like the guitar to the saxophone, which I thought was kind of nice. Because at first I was like, was that there the whole time? And it's like, no, it just kind of like comes out at right around the 2.5 minute mark.
Yeah.
I think I might be a little high with this rating, but it's a track that I definitely like. I gave it a 7.8.
Oh, damn. Okay. All right. I was a little bit more generous on this one.
Really?
Just a little bit.
Nice. Okay. I was thinking like you were going to be on the lower side.
No.
Okay.
Definitely not. No, I mean, honestly, this is like the only song I knew outside of this album. I mean, does that make any sense? Like, I whenever this song was the first song I played, I was like, oh, fuck, this is
Yeah.
off Get Your Wings.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I did not know that. Yeah, this is probably like the only one I really know. Anyway, I'll stop saying that. Aside from Seasons of Wither, of course. Yeah, this is like, I recognize this as like a hit song of theirs for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, between like the guitar, the thumping of the drums, and the swell of the vocals, it's a pretty solid way to open up the album. I mean, it's just good old classic American rock, which I mean, that's pretty much just this album in a nutshell.
Yeah, for sure.
The song is about facing the judicial system, guilty or presumed guilty. Got you with the cocaine they found with your gun. No smoothly faced lawyer to get you undone. Say love ain't the same on the south side of town. You could look, but you ain't gonna find it around. Steven Tyler gives a solid performance with the vocals. I like the guitar that comes off the chorus at 1:14. And then again at the middle of the second chorus comes in again. I don't know. It's very specific. Like if you hear it, you hear it. 2 minutes. The stomping and the clapping starts. Transition into a more like if I can talk, instrumental heavy second half, including some saxophone, which, like you said, like it really comes in a lot more.
I like the saxophone. I thought it was a nice touch.
Me too. Me too. It livens it up.
Mhm.
But yeah, I did like the stomping and the clapping. It kind of gave like a little bit of like an energy like boost to the song. Not that it really needed it, but it just made it
Yeah, a
feel
little sprinkle on top.
a little bit more lively. Um, yeah, I thought it was a really solid opening track, and I like the guitar fade out on it too. I give this I give this an 8.3. So
That is what I like to hear.
yeah, right?
Papa would be proud.
Yeah, yes, she would. I do wonder what his like favorite song.
Well, I was like, my dad was a big fan of this album, so I was like,
But it's
my
funny.
dad, but it's like your dad, my
Yeah,
dad.
I think my dad was more of a like Dire Straits kind of guy.
Nothing wrong with that.
With Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy is pretty good.
I think he might have had some Aerosmith teas though. Anyway, it was funny listening to this. I was like, I wonder what Mike's dad's favorite fucking song off this was.
Probably Lord of the Thighs.
Yeah, I thought that or like one other song, but yeah, probably Lord of the Thighs.
That's a great intro too.
Yeah.
For you.
Oh shit, yeah.
Track 2.
Track number 2, Lord of the Thighs. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. I put clever pun, Lord of the Thighs instead of flies. I do like the early sound for Aerosmith. This being their second album, it has a super like 70s vibe to it. They definitely like had legs, you know, no pun intended, and could adapt over the years. But this is a very particular vibe that I really like a lot. Feels like I should be smoking in a old muscle car hitting up a bar. Like that's kind of the vibe I get, and I should be very hairy. You know what I mean? Like full on chest hair, mustache, like feathered hair. You know what I mean? Probably got like a gold chain.
Yeah, I mean they all look. They have like on the album art. They are very like.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll circle back to that, but I could also see that. I could honestly see this being the opening track to the album. I kind of expected something more like this before like
Yeah, they kind of just came out swinging.
yeah, before Sang Old Song and Dance. I'm like, damn, okay, they kind of not necessarily blew their load early, but maybe just showed their hand a little early. Like, yeah, this gonna be the song.
Well, I mean, it probably being. I don't know if it was the first release single. I have the dates for the singles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the first single release. So I'm imagining that's why they put it as song 1. They're like, we want to give the people what they want. So
Okay. I'm kind of curious what their first album would be like and what like when that came out. But there's some pretty fun layering on the guitars to open. The song has some piano in the background. It's a little subdued. There's some pretty funky delivery of you got to understand I'm your man child, Lord of the Thighs. Like I don't know, it's just interesting the way he delivers it. Song it's like pretty, it kind of oozes like sexual confidence, and I like the more yelling delivery on you must have come here to find it, you've got a look in your eyes, although you don't really mind it, I'm the lord of your thighs. I swear I heard like some breathing and gasping around like 3 minutes and 8 seconds. I'm just like, oh, okay, I know what's going on there, right on. There's also some well done like echo guitar at the end, as well as some distorted vocals from like 312 to like 415. The song like gradually goes more and more quiet until the end of the song. I like this. I gave this a 7.2 out of 10.
me too, brother.
Really?
Yeah, legit.
Right.
I'll even slide you the phone. You can suck. You
Okay.
can take a little looky. So yeah, I had similar notes as far as like the music goes. This one kind of starts with like the drumming, just kind of like taking the lead. But it's not long after until we get the guitars. It takes a little bit longer to give vocals. I like Steven Tyler's vocals on this track. A couple tracks he really like you were kind of alluding to it a little bit, but it's down to Who Knows Who, just to socialize, and he's like, just to socialize.
Yeah.
Like he just hangs on certain words.
I don't know. It adds emphasis to just like the way he delivers it.
Yeah, like I'm your man child, Lord of the Thighs.
Yeah.
He puts that on the end of it, and it gives it like an attitude, and I really did like that. And we kind of got a little bit of that on Same Old Song and Dance, but on this one, it's just like it's not as rock and rolly sounding. I feel like I've always liked this one. I kind of always thought this one was just being like yeah, I'm a badass lead singer in a rock and roll band, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm
I'm the
gonna
Lord
get
of
some
the
pussy.
thighs.
All right.
But apparently, it's
You're like, it's not what it's about at all.
yeah, but it's like I'm still thinking that's what it's about. But apparently, it is said to be inspired by unsavory characters near the band's hotel during the album's recording.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's just like some prostitutes you just
Okay,
hanging
okay.
out, and it's
Yeah,
like,
potentially. No, it's about a pimp with his prostitutes. He's the lord of the thighs.
I mean, shit,
Could be.
I'm the Lord of the guys.
Lord of the right, fellas. Pay up.
But no, I gave this a 7.2. This one, honestly, I could probably maybe give it a 7.5. Because it is one I looked like today when I was driving over. It was one of the ones that was on my liked songs, and it's very good. It kind of reminds me a little bit of track 4, like the intro sounding and just the drumming, kind of like
Sure.
for like at least like the first 5-10 seconds, kind of taking the lead. But yeah, I did like this one. Like I said, 7.2, 7.5 on Lord of the Thighs. We're gonna move on to track number 3, Spaced, 4 minutes and 22 seconds. It kind of starts out just like how you think a song named Space would go. It's kind of spacey for about the first 40 seconds. And then you kind of hear like guitar kind of coming in, and then it just like pops off with Steven vocals, like Steven Tyler's vocals right away. Space without a trace. I'm pretty sure is the opening line. I didn't write it down. But a lyrical line I do have for you is space and time, child of mine, to 120 years on the way. Fire and steel, earth unreal, find another planet to stay. It's a very rock and roll sounding track. At first I was like, man, is this like a little bit of like an alien song or something? I'm like, I was literally writing it and I was like, no, because even now I'm like, I don't think it's that. But I don't know if you ever heard of Planet Caravan by Black Sabbath.
I haven't listened to it now.
I want to say Pantera covered it too, which I need to listen to Pantera's version of it. Actually, I should probably write that down to look that up. But I kind of thought they were similar, but then I was like, no. For me, this was kind of a step down from the first 2 tracks. I still do like it. Like, obviously, I listened to it on the way over here, as I've said multiple times now. So I did get to track 3, but I'm not gonna lie, I skipped it because I'm just like, I don't got
You're like,
anything
I
else
don't need to
for it.
revisit this.
Yeah, I don't know if you were crazy about it. I'm curious to see what you said.
Okay.
It does kind of pick up towards the later half of the out, or towards the later half of this track, around like the 3.5 minute mark. It picks up the energy bar and kind of finishes strong. I'm not gonna say I hate it, but it flows good on the album, and it's smushed in between like 2 tracks. I mean, really 3 tracks if you want to track or count number 1. So it kind of is just smothered in there with some stuff I like. However, I only gave this a 6.8. So
Okay. I thought it was kind of cool the way the song opens up. As you said, it's very spacey, and there's this noise that comes in, and it almost sounds like noises you would hear from like a whale. You know, like it's
yeah,
like kind of reminded me of that a little bit. It's cool to see Aerosmith to be just like a little bit more on the experimental side. I mean,
this is kind of like it's different.
yeah.
But if you think about it, so 75,
Mm-hmm.
same year that Wish You Were Here came out,
Okay.
and you almost like Wish
So
You Were
you
Here
think it
had
was like-
parts where there was like machining, like it just seems like that was like something that was
And at the
everybody was
time.
kind of doing it to a degree.
Yeah.
But it always blows my mind when we do these like 70s albums where I'm like, yeah, Wish You Were Here came out the same year as this, and why they were both still rock and roll and you could hear them on the same same
Yeah.
radio station. Completely different.
Totally.
So different.
And well, I was gonna say still touring, but yeah, I mean you could still see members performing. Yeah, I mean,
Steven Tyler's still kicking.
yeah, Steven
Joe
Tyler's
Perry's still kicking, I think.
There you go. You can still get Aerosmith together.
Yeah.
That's what
I
you
think
need
they
right
probably
there.
I think they hate each other though.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I think they had a falling out.
I mean, I feel like that happens a lot. But yeah, so I mean, it very well could have just been them just kind of like, you know, doing what was the style at the time. Getting
Well,
a
I
little
think it
more
was experimental. I'm not trying to like shit on that idea.
Sure,
For
no.
sure. It is different. I do like that. I'm glad you said that. You brought it up.
But you know me, I mean, I'm pretty big on like whenever a band kind of like, oh, let's do something a little outside
their
of our
comfort zone.
wheelhouse.
Yeah, their wheelhouse. Yeah.
But we'll come back to that on the experimental stuff. There's no real instrumental or vocals coming in until like around 45 seconds in, and then we just jump right into the rock and roll. The lyrics on this song like definitely match the title a lot with like a sci-fi and a space theme, which I don't know. I just never expected like Aerosmith to do like a space rock kind of song. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's see.
to that point, I don't think they really have anything else that's like considered.
No, they're just like, yeah.
They're like, let's just do a spacey song and call it
It's
space.
like, guys, we got 7 songs on this album. We
It's
need.
8, isn't it 8?
I'm saying we need
Oh,
something to put in there.
yeah.
I just saw Star Wars. Let's fucking even though Star Wars wasn't out yet. Don't come after us
They
in the
saw,
comments.
yeah, they say it. They saw an early thing,
They saw the vision.
early screening.
But yeah, let's see. I got as far as lyrics go, in the soul she could not feel, because they made her so unreal. Lightning years disappears, 20 million years on my brain.
20 million years on my brain.
Synthesize overrides, trying to keep from going insane. I did get the spaced in time, Child of Nine, so I won't bother quoting that.
I think I said Child of Mine, but it's Child of Nine. Yeah, dyslexia is a real thing for me.
Happens. The way the guitar drags out to line up with the vocal delivery, like is, let me see, it's very clean. At the end of the second verse, 206, there's like a vocal screech, kind of echoes out. There's a musical shift around this point, kind of reminds me of Rush a little bit, just like I don't know the way the music sounds. Which when did
Bum, 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 bum.
when did Tom Sawyer come out? Like it was definitely in the 70s, but I think it was
I think that was an 80s album.
really
Moving Pictures.
okay.
I'll look it up.
All right, I hear you.
Because I've literally thought about doing. I love that album, Moving Pictures.
Yeah, but they were definitely around in the 70s though. Like maybe I'm just like double whammy.
Keep going. I'm pulling it up.
Okay. So let's see.
I want to say Moving Pictures is 81.
Okay. 355 through the end of the song, there's some piano and some guitar, and it goes all, widdly wah. The song is all right. I think I like the experimentation more than I do like the actual song itself. I do feel like this is a bit of a step down, but I admire them doing something a little different. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. It's not
6.5 on.
You had a 6.8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'm cool with that. Moving Pictures came out. It is the 8th studio album, so they were probably definitely around in the 70s.
Yeah.
And it came out on February 12th of 1981. I love that album, though. I don't know if you've ever listened to it, but
I haven't. Not in its entirety. One of these days.
The album art, not to get like on a tangent, but it's them like, I mean, I'm not gonna pull the whole thing. But
Okay, yeah, I've seen that.
The band stealing like
that's cool
artwork and moving pictures.
Nice. On to track number 4, we have "Woman of the World," 5 minutes and 54 seconds. This is the longest song on the album. Surprisingly, though, not by much.
No, there's another 5 minute right
Yeah,
there.
no, like the last 3 songs on the album, clear 5.5 minutes.
So yeah, these definitely aren't getting played on the radio.
Yeah, even though, well, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. I think no, one of them was Train Kept Rolling.
Yeah, there was a radio edit version though.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
just like I think the bonus track that we're doing has like a condensed, like cut down version
makes
too.
Sense. Makes sense.
So the song opening sounds like a mix of "Life's Been Good" by Joe Walsh,
which I would say probably came after.
And also a little bit of "Sweet Emotion," which came after.
Sweet.
But put those two together, I feel like that's what you get.
No, I think I've made that connection before.
It's pretty cool. The drums come in, and the acoustic guitar come in together with some additional layering of drums to go with the initial drumming. Starts up some high energy shredding, then goes quiet for the vocals. Well, she's the woman of the world, and God, she knows it. She'll turn my head every time she shows it. Music hits quick, it's punchy on the lyrical delivery. Get out all your loving here tonight. Na 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 na. Plenty of instrumental breaks on this song, including a pretty lengthy instrumental outro from 408 through 555, with a little harmonica thrown in for good measure. If I had to guess, this was probably Mike's dad's favorite song. 7.1 out of 10.
Okay, we're close on this one. I only gave her a 7.2.
Okay.
I always love the intro on this one. The drums kind of like set the rhythm, and then you get guitar coming in, and there's a little bit of screaming kind of early on. Um, I've always liked like Steven Tyler's vocals on this one again. He's just like, she's a woman of the world, God knows it. Yeah, no, it's a very rock and rolly track, and it's one that I've definitely like hammered home plenty of times. That it's probably one that I would go to if I was like gonna listen to Get Your Wings, because I'm not a big Aerosmith fan. Like Dream On's good. This is really the only album that I know. There's not a lot of Aerosmith.
What about Don't Want to Miss a Thing?
I mean, that's good, but I'm like, oh, this is so commercialized. I'm like, I just can't. It's like, no.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
you are
yeah.
a dirty rock and roll man. Don't be singing your friggin' sounds like Train up in here.
You're like in a fucking I think it made a couple $100 million, maybe even $1 billion. I feel like Apocalypse, or not Apocalypse. Was it? I don't know.
Steven Tyler?
Okay, Don't Want to Miss a Thing was it's not Apocalypse, it's something else. But that song was original for the movie where it's like the oil drillers have to go up to space and blow up the asteroid. Okay.
Over my head.
That's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, I don't really have a whole lot for this one. I do like it. There's a great solo by Joe Perry. At least I'm assuming it's Joe Perry. I'm giving him credit. So Joe, if you're listening, I got you, man.
Got your flowers.
But that's around like the 4-minute, 10-second mark. It's a great rock and roll track. It's long, but I don't really think it overstayed its welcome. It kept me entertained at least, but I mean that doesn't really take a whole lot. I gave it a 7.2, but I could maybe go as high as like a 7.4 on this. It is a good one, but Lord of the Thighs usually is a go-to over that, and even maybe Drink Ever Rollin'.
It was Armageddon, not Apocalypse. I know it was close.
Close enough. Speaking of close enough, track number 5. We're close enough on it. We're closing in. So we got SOS. In quotations, too bad. 2 minutes and 51 seconds. Is this the shortest track on the album?
Big time.
Okay. Yeah. Big time. Oh, I literally have that as the first line. Shortest track on the album. It's, in fact, the only song under the 3.5-minute mark.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the shortest song by like a solid minute.
Yeah.
So
I think it kind of comes in with a little bit more energy than the previous tracks, at least like musically wise. Stagecoach Lady, Hourglass Body, making things glow in the night. Well, she would if she could, and she'd be good if she would. Only tell her lover she'd be out tonight. It's a very rock and roll intro sounding song. It just kind of gives you that vibe. Like you even said it earlier, it's a true and true to the core rock and roll album, which I love. I didn't really connect with this one though. I will tell you that it's kind of short. Maybe that's why. I don't know if that's really it. It just didn't have enough time to really like lay the foundation for me. What does he say? Yeah, too bad, can't get me none of that. I do like that, and it is catchy enough. But again, it kind of just missed the mark for me. There is a nice solo, even as far as how short it is, but just nothing really jumped out for me on this one. I'm almost gonna assume I maybe gave it a lower score than you. I gave it a 6.5.
Okay. You didn't. I went lower.
As you should.
Yeah. I mean, it's a short song. It gets right into.
I love how we're saying it's a short song and it's literally almost 3 minutes, and it's like short compared to what we're working with.
Shit's
though.
like 5:40. Yeah.
Tony Hawk 5:40.
So I mean, it gets right into it. Fast pace, high energy. Aside from like a short guitar solo after the second chorus, it stays like pretty straightforward, going from like verse to chorus, verse to chorus, verse to chorus, like throughout. The song is about being trouble and being on the prowl for chicks, naturally.
On the prowl.
Let's see. For the lyrics, I got loose old lady, my mama Katie. Chivalry was born at her feet. Well, she should have thought twice when Papa showed his dice the night they put my daddy to sleep. So I don't really have too much else to add. It's just a solid, like, classic rock song that doesn't ever stay its welcome. While by no means a favorite of mine, I can see like why it's a single with a short runtime. Like, yeah, just throw it on the radio, whatever.
Yeah.
So I give it a 6.3 out of 10.
Okay, so we were pretty
I
close.
mean,
Close enough.
I feel like we've remained like
Yeah.
pretty close on this, honestly. On to track number 6. It's the third single on the album. It is Train Kept a Rollin'. That's 5 minutes and 34 seconds. While on a train, I met a dame. She looked rather handsome. We kind of looked the same. Yeah, he looked a little feminine.
Dude looks like a lady.
What of it? It is funny. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm hairy. My fucking chest hairs out. I got a mustache. It's like, not if you're Steven Tyler in fucking 1974.
Yeah.
It's like, you look like a chick.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I even got on Google and I'm like, Steven Tyler, 74. And I'm like, yep, very clean cut. His hair is very feathered.
Yeah. He had lips too. He had some lips on him.
He has some lips on him. He's tight little body on him.
What the mouth do?
You know?
Come here, pony boy.
I like some of the shredding that kicks in after the first chorus. After the bridge leading to the second verse, there is some really like solid instrumentation, along with some crowd reaction added in. I'm pretty sure this was like, I thought this was like the live song, but I think the crowd elements are actually taken from a entirely different performance, like a different song they had of like a previous performance or whatever. But yeah, I like that. I like that being added into it. Gives it a little bit of flair. At 2:15, there's an upbeat drum that ramps up speed, building up energy. Yeah, that's it. Before the rest of the instrumentation comes in. And I got my notes like, yeah, I can't remember if this was the live one or not, but it is interesting because
I have a note on that.
well, there's a noticeable difference in the vocals, like in the second half of the song. They're way different. It sounds like it's live. You know what I mean? Well, we made a stop in Albuquerque. She must have thought I was a real cool jerk. Got off the train and put her hands up, looking so good. I can't let her go, but I just couldn't tell her so. Song has high energy musically, and as well as like the vocal performance too. Leads up to a pretty like big and loud like grand finale. It's not bad, but I mean it's like far from my favorite on this. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Trying to see where I put mine. Okay, we're close on that too. So I have very similar to what you have, but I do have a funny note about this. Tiny Bradshaw and his band first recorded "The Train Kept a Rollin'" in 1951.
Oh shit.
They performed the song as a mid-tempo jump blues, which uses a boogie-woogie bass and a shuffle rhythm. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Bradshaw's lyrics use early jazz hipster references. I hopped a train. I met a real dame. She was a hipster and a gone dame. She was pretty from New York City, and she tucked on down the Old Fair Lane. I'm sorry. Where Steven Tyler uses the lyrics, while on a train, I met a dame. She rather handsome. We kind of look the same. I thought that was kind of cool. There's actually versions recorded by Tiny Bradshaw, which was the original, Johnny Burnett, and the Yardbirds. I don't know if you're familiar with the Yardbirds.
Not particularly.
It was a super group in like the 60s, but you've probably heard "For Your Love." It's like "For Your Love."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a banger of a track. But they've also recorded it, and then Aerosmith used it as well. So I thought that was kind of a neat version. Now I did listen to Tiny Bradshaw's version.
You liked it better?
I definitely prefer Aerosmith.
All right.
It is 1951. Like,
sure.
It's just not. I mean, it's good. Don't get me
I was
wrong.
gonna say there's a time and a place for that, though.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I feel like I'm more of a 70s rock and roll,
Sure.
not a 50s like swing and.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, yeah, when it came out, I'm sure they were hooting and hollering for it. Everybody probably.
It's like you ain't never heard something this spicy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, time and place for sure. So for Train Kept a Rollin', the group desired to capture a live version of the song, but the producer, Jack Douglas, persuaded them to record a studio version instead. The song was recorded in 2 parts, so that's probably why you're hearing the difference, with the second half featuring an artificial live sound. The song opens
that was
up.
added in.
Yeah, no, it is nice. I didn't know that, and then when you said that, I was like, I'm gonna look that up. And then I seen the thing about Tiny Bradshaw, and I'm like, neat little fact. But yeah, this is good. There's a nice riff on the intro. It explodes with a another guitar riff that's super electric and rock and roll sounding, like the whole album has. I don't really need to go over Steven Tyler's lyrical vocals because we already did. I did think it is a funny little line, kind of like we were talking about. She rather handsome, we kind of look the same. That's
Yeah.
kind of funny. Like I can see him singing that live with like such an attitude, just
Just,
to like, well, no, just
you
being like
know?
we kind of look the same, you
Kinda
know,
look the
like
same, you
yeah,
know?
you know, I look like a lady, ha ha, ha ha. But this was one that I found very easy to get into. I have a little funny story here. So at like the 4 minute mark, it's almost like a live, just like where the drum. I think that's where you were talking about the drums. It's
Mhm.
probably specifically that part. Well, I have a vinyl copy of this, and it's an original from the 70s, and it's not in the greatest shape.
Sure.
I bought it used, obviously.
Where'd you get it?
Half price books.
Nice.
I'll plug them. Yeah, of
Okay.
course. That's where I got a lot of my used vinyl. Good prices on the used vinyl there. Half price books. But I had a live version of it, or not a live version, a vinyl version of it. And it was like I was in the shower and I put it on, I had it on the stereo and shit. Well, it got stuck. Like there was some debris or something, so it just that like little interlude there of the drumming, it just played that for like my whole shower.
That's
And
fucking
then I just came out and
hilarious.
just smacked the record player, just tapped it
Yeah.
because I knew it just needed to get over the hump. It was
Mhm.
just stuck, and it just kept going. But it was literally like da-na, da-na, just for like 10 minutes, dude. I will never forget that. So that's my funny
You're
story
like, I'm
about
not
that
done
track.
jerking off, all right?
Well, I mean,
gonna
I'm
have to
still
wait.
da-na, just like.
I was gonna say you had the blow up doll in there.
No, I got rid of that long. That never made it
Oh,
to
that's
that
funny.
house. It died in Pataskala.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Deflated.
That's funny.
But yeah, I gave it a 7.3. So
Okay.
it's up there for sure.
Yeah, not bad.
Speaking of sevens, we're moving on to probably, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's probably my favorite on the album. It definitely is one that it's different. We got track 7, Seasons of Weather, coming in at 5 minutes, 5 seconds. This song features acoustic guitars. Steven Tyler is on that acoustic guitar. Acoustic.
Easy for you to say, right?
I guess. There's like some slow, almost haunting vocals and a strong rhythm. The Get Your Wings version starts off with a crowd of people cheering, which it kind of hangs over from the previous track.
Sure.
Which is kind of nice. It's a nice, smooth. That might be where the album flipped over. I can't remember if that was side. This would be the side B, and side A would have been the previous track. But it kind of fades off with that crowd of people, and it goes into a howling wind sound and the acoustic guitar played by Tyler. That kind of signal at the beginning. Yeah, it's nice. Making a total like just perfectly sequenced from Train Kept It Rolling. According to Tyler, the song was inspired by the Massachusetts landscape in the wintertime. He stated that he used to lay in his bed at dawn listening to the wind and the bare trees and how lonely and melancholy it sounded. I think this song really shows like a softer side of Aerosmith, unlike anything else on this record. And it makes me wonder if they perform this live, because I feel like if you go to an Aerosmith concert, like
You're not gonna hear this.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, what? I could see them maybe opening with it, but even no, I don't know where they would perform this live. But it is a beautiful. To me, it is better than "Don't Miss a Thing" or whatever. Like this is more appealing to me
Sure.
than that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a better song.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a great song, and I should probably mention the one time I told my dad, like, yeah, Seasons of Weather is probably my favorite. He's like, well, it ain't my favorite.
It's like fucking not even close,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, he's like, fucking really?
That shit's bottom
He's
tier.
like, that's the worst song on the album, son.
Have you listened to Pandora's Box?
Space? It's not a trace. So yeah, this is probably easily one of my favorites. If not number one, it's probably number 2. It wouldn't be outside the top 3 on this album, 100%. It takes a while to build up. I will kind of say that, but it really like it pays off. Loose-hearted lady, sleepy was she. Love for the devil brought her to me. Seeds of 1,000 drawn to her sin. Seasons of wither hold me in. I've always been the fan too of the line. He's got a line in there. It's just take the wind right out of your sails, and he hangs on the sails. It's like take the wind right out of your sails, and just hangs on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like that because I mean, taking the wind out of your sails. It's like, man, the older I get, I'm like, I know that's a feeling, 100%.
And it like I don't know, him like holding on that does like transition really well into a 5 Fireflies dance in the heat
Yeah,
of...
yeah. And it's on the screen, but like almost singing.
Yeah.
But he's very loud. I'm gonna give this a rich score, and I don't feel anything bad about it. I've appreciated this song for a long time, and it's never fallen off for me. I mean, I've known about this song probably for, I hate to say it, but probably like 17, 18 years, just like jamming to it.
Sure.
I give this an 8.7. So
Damn, okay.
respectfully.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So while I knew Same Old Song and Dance, just because I mean that's just like a fucking turbo hit of a song.
Tell them who showed you this.
Yeah. Yeah. This was the first song that I actually knew came from this album.
Did you top it off? I thought you gave
Bro, that's all that's in there.
Okay,
like,
okay, you're good. I just was like I do have a little bit of a wine buzz, but did I drink all that?
No. I mean, you toured 3 years fine. I'm still on my first.
I know. I was like, I don't even know if I like it.
I don't know. This was the first song I knew was off this album. I remember being shown this by Mike back in like 2013 or 14. So like back in 2013 or 14 at your old house out on Columbia, and just like vibing hard to it because like it's so good.
It's phenomenal, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody I've ever shown that song to, they're like, well, a lot of people when they hear like if you tell someone Aerosmith, they're gonna say Dream On.
Yeah.
Dude looks like a lady, loving an elevator.
No, honestly, like, and I mean, this is a hot take, but like, if I straight up had to like just pick one Aerosmith song, this would be it.
Yeah,
yeah. You could do away with the rest.
It would either be this or Dream On.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only one.
The piano on Dream On. If I could just, I remember seeing. I'm sorry, I will let you finish, but I remember seeing a clip. I want to say it was like 60 Minutes, and they were just doing a thing on Steven Tyler.
Okay.
And he was just like, he went up to a piano, and he was just like, he played the intro to Dream On. And he was like, I can still remember the first time I ever played this. And he was like, I can't remember the whole details, but like every time I hear that, I always think about him, just that I can visualize that interview he did with 60 Minutes, that he just plays that intro.
I consider like Dream On to be like basically Aerosmith's like Freebird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
that's a good, yeah.
Yeah. It's an epic.
Well done, Shane. Let's just end the podcast here.
Right there.
That's not even a hot take. That is a hot take, but it is
no bonus track.
On target. Yeah.
Fuck your bonus track, Shane.
You already know how it ends.
So the song just has like such a cool vibe to it. Like a very spacey and atmospheric like choice, like musically. Song begins with like the crowd sounds from the last song, like it's basically those wrapping up, and there's this like ringing sound effect, this like that kind of comes and goes, as well as some like whooshing wind. Some acoustic guitar comes in, and I like that it like just gets louder and louder and louder.
Yeah, it kind of does slowly
and then
fade into like
then it kind of takes off and pops big at 124. The guitar work on this song is a big standout. It almost has, like, dare I say it, I know it's like, quite a bit before like that genre really took off, but it's like I feel like it's borderline like grungy almost. Just that dum
I can see that. It almost. No, I'm not. I was gonna say, the song "Blue on Black." But that's more of a bluesy. This isn't very bluesy.
Sure, but yeah, I don't know. It's just something about the vibe to it. It's different. It's different than anything else on the entire album. But it still is like firmly in that 70s like rock genre. Steven Tyler's vocal delivery on this song is like awesome. It's like, I don't know, it's cool.
It's like awesome.
It's awesome. It's cool. It's sexy. It's kind of foreboding. I always love the delivery of "Loose honey lady."
Yeah.
Sleepy was she. Also really love his delivery on "Ooh, it's me." Like,
I feel so bad. Yeah, dude. That is I'm glad you appreciate it. Yeah, no, it is a great.
Seeds of 1,000 drawn to us, and seasons of wither holding me in. Like, it just fucking good.
And he still kind of has the pronunciation too on that, where it's like seasons of wither hold. He's just, I don't know, he doesn't like, he cuts stuff off, but it's like with a enthusiasm.
Yeah. No, there's a little stank on it.
Yeah.
So, at 4:15 when he says, "Ooh, woe is me," there's like some backing humming that kind of comes in, like some vocalization, but it's just humming. They're not saying anything. While a little bit more reserved during a lot of the vocals, the instruments can like really explode in parts before like kind of reeling themselves back in to like
Yeah.
give him the stage to kind of get his delivery out
Kind of
there.
sheer turns,
Yeah.
more or less.
In my opinion, this is probably my favorite Aerosmith song, and I really love the way it wraps up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my favorite Aerosmith song probably.
Safe bet.
Full stop. I give this a 9.2 out of 10.
Damn. Okay. Is that maybe a highest rating we've had? I feel like neither one of us has really dabbled in the nines that much, dude.
Oh no.
So,
No,
no, as in this is a higher rating, or
Well, I mean, it's the highest rating on the album, yeah, but it's like no, we've had other shit we've covered. I've given like 9.5s to.
You're like the whole.
Don't feel too special.
The
now.
National.
All right.
I'm enjoying this. I'm glad you enjoyed it because I was like, I have like a lot of sentimental things invested into this. So like my shower.
You're like, Shane, please don't fucking.
Well, no, not even that. I'm like, I feel like sometimes it gives me a little bit more of a higher rating just because I'm guilty of like my own.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I get you. Fuck. All right, so that's on to me with track number 8 then. Okay. I do. Do you want to take a quick break?
We can.
I'll polish this off. We'll grab another drink, and we'll fucking hop back.
For some reason, I scrolled right past track 8, and I was like, all right, we're gonna take a break because we're getting to the bonus track. But it's like, no, you dumbass. There's still one more track left.
We're almost there. We'll be right back.
All right, guys.
All right, and we are back. Back to the
I meant to do like
fucking
a
pod.
Steven Tyler on that.
No, that'll probably be our only break if I had to guess. Because I mean we're almost done at this point.
Yeah, we're almost out of here. Clocked out on y'all fools.
For track number 8, Pandora's Box comes in 5 minutes and 44 seconds. Just shy of being the longest song. When I'm in heat and someone gets a notion. The vocals kind of remind me a little bit of the 80s hair metal style of music. So just a little bit.
I can see that.
Still sounds like classic rock. When I'm in heat and someone gets a notion. Like, yeah, I could totally.
Still the emphasis on the notion.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about the delivery. It's a little hair metal to me. Now, I ain't what you call a city slicker or claim to fame to be a slitty liquor. Sweet Pandora, godlike aura, smelling like a flora, open up your door for me. Sweet Pandora, mama crack a smile just for me. Just for me. Any guesses on what this song might be about?
City slicking.
Yeah, naturally, duh.
Not clitty flicking.
Yeah, not the same. With your tongue, to be specific. Aside from lyrical content, some of the instrumental inclusion, some of the keys in the saxophone, I don't really have a ton to say about the song. It's not bad, but coming off the heels of Season of Wither, like
stepping off a cliff, right?
Dude, that's a tough act to follow. I feel for you.
Season of Wither being like my love for this album withered away with track number 8.
It's like this song would probably be like this song would probably be like fucking like a 7 if it was just the 7th song and didn't have to follow this up.
What would you follow Seasons of Wither with though?
Nothing. I would have Seasons of Wither be the closing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not bad, but I feel like maybe it was around this point that I was like kind of ready for something else. Yeah, I mean, so this felt very in line with like Woman of the World or Lord of the Flies. Just even though I like those ones more.
I was gonna say, I thought you liked them.
I like them more, but this is just like
see, for me, this is something that felt more like Space or where it was like it just kind of missed the mark for me.
But. Sure. Okay.
Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah. So Pandora's Box. Funny enough, it was also a compilation album released in 1991 by Aerosmith with 51. Yes, 51 tracks. So I'm not sure how many discs that was, but I had the same line. Now I ain't what calls a city slicker. or claim to fame to be a slutty liquor. But I also have, but every time Pandora come my way, I get high. I can't explain the sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Again, with the emphasis on the vocals. I don't think it's a bad closing track by any means. But this was another track that kind of missed the mark for me. And I kind of like what you said, Shane, about it maybe making this the closing track because it just kind of does fade out. I almost think if you move this up to, what would it be? It would be track number 6.
Okay.
And then just kept the order the same. Actually, yeah, track number 6. Because I'd say you put Train Kept a Rollin', fading into Seasons of Weather, still solid, but make that the
Sure.
last 2
Yeah.
songs. Beautiful. Beautiful, my man. But I'm very similar with what you said. It had some solid moments, but nothing really stood out to me, so it kind of missed the mark for me. I gave this a 6.6 out of 10.
Okay. And that concludes Fucking Get Your Wings by Aerosmith. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not bad. It has, like, good to great songs on it, I think.
Yeah, nothing was terrible.
And the fact that it's only 8 songs, it's like this was not a hard listen. This was an easy week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a layup.
I think funnily enough, I think like the song that I had to like work the most on this week was probably the bonus track. Just because it's like kinda like what you said with this album. It's like I have a long time attachment to this song, so it's like I really wanna deliver on it. But yeah, no, it made for an easy week, like with this album. I liked it quite a bit. Seasons of Weather, it's like that song is gonna stay like in my rotation for years to come.
Yeah.
I remember like putting it on one time whenever Alex came over back whenever I was out of the garage and she was like, "Ooh, this is a vibe." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah,
It
fucking
is,
is."
100%.
So, yeah. What about you?
I like it. It's certainly nostalgic for me, so I think that gives it some boost. But it is good, and I'm like I've said before, I'm not a huge Aerosmith fan by any means. And I
Mhm.
remember my dad saying, like, if you like Get Your Wings, you can always have the claim to fame that you liked early Aerosmith
Yeah.
before they were really popular.
Sure.
Because even like I said in the beginning of the podcast, none of these albums made it on the singles charts. So like none of them were majorly popular or anything like that. But now you look back because they obviously they were very successful. But no, it is a good album. It's solid. Maybe the fact, like you said, it's 8 tracks, so it's kind of short.
Sure.
There's not a lot of variety. I mean, there is some variety, but it is basically hard to the bone rock and roll. Maybe minus Seasons of Weather, because it's kind of Seasons of Weather is almost more bluesy, but it's just the acoustic guitar that
Yeah.
might give it that. It's not really something I would consider super bluesy, but as far as this album goes, if anything was going to be bluesy, it would be that track.
Sure.
But overall, I'd probably give it a strong 7.5 to an 8 on this album, because this is one that I think the fact that it is only 8 tracks, it is something that I can put on, and it's I don't know what the runtime is, but I'm sure it's under 50 minutes easily.
Yeah.
So this is definitely an album that I've put on many times in the past, and I'll probably still throw it on every now and then just for that nostalgic vibe to it. But yeah, it's a good album. I like this one.
I'd probably give it like a 7.6 to 7.8,
Yeah.
something like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel pretty good in that
Yeah.
because there's
How
some
many times
sixes.
do you think you listened to it?
Truthfully, not that many
Truthfully?
times. I should have listened to it again today, like before, like we recorded. I probably only listened to this like 3 times, but it was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I should have refreshed myself on it again. But yeah, no, it was solid. Onto the bonus track.
Wah, 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 wah.
I'm gonna let you take point on this.
Well, you always you're like, I'm really
I
curious
like
to
to
hear
hear
your
what you have to
thoughts.
say. That's all. And I included some things, and I feel like you might have included them too, and I don't want to step on your toes.
All right. Well, the bonus track for this week is Devachka, How It Ends, which I did not get the runtime. What's the runtime, sir?
6 minutes and 59 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't get the runtime because I didn't think I'd be responsible for it.
6 minutes and 59 seconds. It's long.
Shade.
I was gonna say I'll go first.
No. I have no problem going first. I actually have something I think you'll appreciate. It's from 17 years ago, and I can't remember if this was on Reddit or if this was on just some website that I pulled lyrics from. But it was 17 years ago by Night Before. So if you're the user listening to this, which I highly doubt it, but this is your quote. says, I was introduced to Devotchka at a Halloween concert in Boston back in 2005. When they performed the song, I started crying. When they came back to Boston in May, I cried again. And it's like,
Respect.
I saw that and I was like, oh, I have to put that in there
No,
because
that's good.
this is it's a great song.
Yeah.
There's plenty of songs out there that give me like a mortality vibe that just kind of make you think about dying, and this is definitely one of them that's on the wavelength of that. I could see this being played in many different movies, and I believe I didn't write it down, but you said you texted me about it. It was in what video game trailer?
It was in Gears of War 2.
Okay, yeah, and I remember either I saw that commercial.
I've put it on for you before.
Well, you put it on for me before, but I feel like I almost saw it before that, and I was like,
That was good.
it might have been something else, so I can't remember. But there was definitely one where we connected on that, where you played it for me, and I was like, oh, I've seen this. I fucking love it. It's a vibe for sure. But yeah, I can see this playing in many different movies. It just makes me think about like a crazy battle scene from like one of the World Wars, like 100%, something just in the trenches. It's a beautiful sounding, sad track. Like the strings are just incredible. The vocals aren't really sad, but I think more. I guess what I was trying to say is the strings kind of make it more of a sadder vibe. I feel like if you add a violin to something and it's kind of already sad, but then you add a violin or a cello or whatever I'm not sure exactly what they're using, but it just kind of emphasizes the sadness.
Yeah.
It's a lengthy track. What you should just pretty much consider 7 minutes, but it features like such a vocal range. And even while like the music is sad, it kind of feels upbringing at times, I guess.
Yeah.
It maybe just because it's such a pretty sounding song. I saw a lot of people labeling it as like a religious track, and I think it definitely has some religious undertones. I don't really personally see it as something that's really religious.
It doesn't come to mind, but like there are certain like moments on the song that do feel like almost angelic.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I think we're in the same boat on that, 100%. It's a song that I think you can definitely think about death while you're listening to it. Also, fun fact, I sent you a link. But there's pretty much what I consider an instrumental version of the song called Winter Is, and it was featured on one of my favorite movies, Little Miss Sunshine.
Actually?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Like, I like, you actually fuck with that movie?
Oh, yeah. No, I do fuck with that.
Sick.
I do love that movie, yeah.
All right.
No, it's good. I've only seen it probably 3 or 4 times, but it's one that I've seen cover to end those 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
But yeah, there's pretty much what I consider an exact instrumental. I think it's a little bit different.
It is. There's someone else is like on the song. And
yeah,
they, like,
yeah, something like that. But more or less, pretty much the same thing. I gave this I gave this a range of rating, and I will tell you what it depends on. But I'm going to give this an 8.2 to a 9.9, and the 9.9 would be me bleeding out. I've just been shot.
You're dying.
And I'm dying.
You're dying like the way every man wants to die.
And this song comes on and it's like,
fuck yeah. Okay.
That'd be a strong 9.9 if that happened. But on any given day, I'd say an 8.2 to an 8.5. It's not something I would put on a lot because it does make me think about bleeding out, honestly, whenever I listen to it, or some war footage.
Sure.
Just something just kind of tragic in its own way. So it's not something I would play a lot, but when it does play, and if it's in the Ray vibe, it is a phenomenal song. Might be one of the best in the moment. I know the bonus track segment is still kind of new, but it might be the best bonus track thus far, and I'm glad you picked it.
Okay. So I got the earliest introduction to the song was Little Miss Sunshine from 2006. A version of it called The Winner Is playing.
Did you know that beforehand?
Before you sent it to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it was just never my go-to. That's all.
Yeah, I got you.
But like, yeah, I knew of it. Like plays during the opening of the song whenever it's kind of like, she's watching TV and it's just all the establishing shots to like kind of get you introduced or whatever. My big like proper introduction to the song was the Gears of War 2, The Last Day trailer. The first few like Gears of War games had some crazy cinematic trailers with like some really banging songs. It's like the first one, it was
Gotta run through the jungle.
Fuck no.
CCR.
It was Mad World.
Oh yeah,
But like,
so this is another. I was literally. I'm glad you said that, because today I was listening to this, and I was like, man, this is just. It's in the boat of a sad song like Mad World. Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm about to kill myself.
Yeah, come do it. It's
I'm
gonna be
about
great.
to die.
This version is longer than the official video. Definitely takes its time to get going. When I listen to the song in the car, the opening is very like and it with like the little gaps in between them, with the sound, with like the just ambient sound of like the car, it creates like an almost like chugging sound effect a little bit. And I noticed that like a long time ago. I was like, "Wow, this sounds crazy," and it's just because the little gaps of like not really any music, it just
Yeah.
like it's very interesting. The song starts with what I would describe as a almost like a droning keyboard before the harmonica comes in at 29, along with some piano. That gradually gets louder and clearer. Vocals hit around 129 or 112. Deep drums at 152, and the rest of the instruments hit at 210. The lyrics on this song are like crazy fucking good. I think they're very poetic. That it almost makes it hard to like really pick. Like it's like what do I want to include?
Yeah.
Because it's all fucking really good.
I don't think I included any lyrics just based on that premise of like.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Some that have always been like big standouts for me was now you've seen his face. And you know that there's a place in the sun for all that you've done for you and your children. It's like between that and like, holding your grandmother's Bible to your breast, like I can like see some of the like the more religious parts of it, but at the same time, like I don't necessarily feel like that's what the song is about.
Yeah, I don't think that's the main vibe.
But after the first chorus, there's some very deep like strings and steady drums leading up to the second chorus. I like when the chorus hits and like it pulls back musically, really just leaving the keyboard and the deep drums so that the singer has like the stage to really just fucking belt it out whenever he's like, already like, love that. Fucking
muy bien, muy bien.
And then what I really liked about this, and I enjoy taking notes of this, even though I don't have a ton of notes for it, was the fact that like the final 2 minutes of the song is just like pure instrumentation. It's the drums, it's the keyboard, it's the piano, it's the strings. It's like it's truly beautiful the way it all like comes together.
It's a very beautiful song.
And then from there, like the drums like start to wind down and completely fade out, and then the keyboard like winds down and fades out, and then it's just the piano, or no, sorry, drums wind down, then the keyboard, then the piano, until it's just like strings like fucking wrapping up the song, and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. It's just strings for like the last like 30 seconds of the song. I consider this song to be a masterpiece. I think it deserves all of its flowers. I'm probably fucking biased, but I give this like a 10 out of 10. I could honestly see this like playing at my funeral. Like I would have no hangups with that. I would be happy.
Duly noted. You heard it here first, guys.
So if you outlive me, be like, maybe.
He wanted a vodka.
Yeah, put Howard's in there. So. Yeah. Fucking either that or I want you to
Sins the weather.
Well, I was gonna say no. I want you to walk up with like the JBL speaker playing.
Nice.
Some fucking.
I charged it for this.
Some Fetty Wap. Want you to be mine again, baby. But yeah. So that wraps us up musically. You know what? I think we are pretty much done for this week. I do have some trivia, but I mean, we're closing in on an hour. I can just set this aside for next week. Put that in there.
Put it in the story basket.
Put in the story
No,
basket.
I was gonna say you're supposed to.
Okay.
I had some girl tell me that once when I was like 15 or 16. She was being
Do
sarcastic. She
I?
was like, "That's cool. That's a cool story. Put it in the story basket. We're not talking about it." And I'm like,
Okay.
"Work."
Oh.
Scarred me.
Whew. All right, girl. All right. Well, you have anything else to add?
No.
All right. Well, this has been WHMS Radio in the working hour. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time. Oh, wait, almost forgot.
Next week,
Next week.
hit them.
That's
Tell 'em
right.
what we're
Can't
doing.
forget that.
It's not even available as we're recording this.
Not yet.
That's how hard we work for you guys.
It will not be until Friday. And I was a little on the fence about it, but next week's album, because I figured eventually we were going to cover an album of theirs.
Yeah, naturally. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet. I'm proud of you for resisting.
Yeah. I never would have expected it to be this album. But
I think it's a good choice.
yeah. And I mean, it's topical. It's current. Especially since, like, I don't know, they've gotten a bit of a resurgence, like, so late into their career, because they've been around since, like, I think, like, 89 or something like that.
Good for them.
Anyway.
1989.
Next week, the album we will be reviewing is Private Music by Deftones. And apparently the early reviews have been, like, critical acclaim.
I've listened to the singles. We both have.
So
we've already done a little bit of reconnaissance.
I'm excited. I'm interested to see what's up. I hear it's their best album in over a decade. So we'll see.
Do you want me to announce the bonus track?
Do it.
That follows it. We will be doing a track called Balanced by the artist Nathan.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Interesting to see what you think about that.
I look forward to it.
So you guys can come back here right this time next week, and we'll have another great podcast for you. So until next time.
Don't work too hard now.